Welcome back to episode 9 of the Star Fitness JC Build Series. As we said in the last video, we're going to try to change it up a little bit in this one, test it out and see how you all like it. We did a lot of behind the scenes footage, starting all the way back from December. We visited the Arsenal Strength showroom in Knoxville, visited with our marketing manager in Knoxville, and then I kind of take you on a little journey with me to Florida, where I ran a marathon, and then it all wraps up to today, December 23rd, where we give you an update on the JC site, as well as some updates of what we have going on here in Elizabethton with some new equipment and some exciting announcements. So we hope you enjoy the video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like that, and just let us know if this is the right direction moving forward. All right, so I'm on my way to Knoxville to go to the Arsenal showroom. There's a couple pieces in their Forge X line, their new lineup, that I want to dial in and make sure that it's exactly what I want. I'm super excited to see those in person and try them out. Specifically, the wide chest press machine and the Smith row are the main two of their new lineup, Forge X line, that I've been getting. So I'm going to take you and show you the Arsenal showroom and show you those pieces. See you there. I mainly was here to kind of look at some of the new pieces that they had, and I was kind of juggling back and forth of exactly what I wanted to put in the new gym. The first one that I basically fell in love with was their wide vertical chest press. This is similar to a hammer strength vertical chest press. We have one here in Elizabethton, but this one is just literally so much better. It has a lot of adjustability on it. It has different grips that you can use. It's just, it wasn't even part of the plan. My sales rep told me, like, you need to try this, and I think that you will want to get one, and he was totally right. Another one that I tried was their Incline fly machine. It was really cool. I've ordered the one from Panada, but I could see myself adding this one potentially in the future. And then another one that has always been part of the list ever since I knew about the new equipment coming was their Smith row. And basically what this is it gives you more back stability to be able to do a bent over row, and also has a ton of adjustability. Another machine I used was their M1 pullover machine. This is one that was also always on my list, but this is actually the first time I got to use it. Their showroom is about 7,000 to 8,000 square feet. So it's similar to the overall square footage floor size of what the new gym will be. They obviously have every piece that Arsenal Strength makes. I'm getting a lot of their pieces that you might be able to spot out in this video. And then also we had a lot of discussions about the white turf. The white turf is something that I'm gonna be putting down in the JC location, which I'm kind of nervous about because obviously that would be a lot harder to keep clean, but it looks so good, and it looks even better in person. Went to the Arsenal showroom and met up with Mary Beth, our marketing director. Talked about some really good ideas for 2026, leading into the gym opening in 2026. Bounced off some really cool ideas, and just really trying to plan out the timeline of events. It's hard to really dial it in because there's a big question mark around, like, when will the actual opening be. And I have a pretty good idea of it, so we can really base a lot of the events that we have and the reveals that we're going to do kind of around that general thought. So heading back towards JC, the next clip will probably be me either heading to or in Florida for marathon week. So wish me luck on that one. Hopefully I make it back to Tennessee in one piece. So it is Thursday, 3 days before the marathon. This is when it's getting real. So I'm starting the carb load today. I'm starting out with a full bagel, and then I have a 3-mile run, and then probably gonna eat more carbs after that. And then I'm doing a light massage today just to loosen everything up. And then I'm also doing a IV drip today, this afternoon. So just gonna take you along kind of final days here leading up towards the marathon. Not doing anything original here. I'm basically just taking advice from other people that I've watched. And yeah, it's best to start the carb load 3 days out and do any type of massage therapy or IV therapy far enough away from the race that it just doesn't feel like your body's doing anything new, like right before race day. So Matt didn't get back last night until 3 a.m. So we're gonna go wake him up and see if he wants to go on a shakeout run with us. Hey, Matt. Are you going on the shakeout? You ready for the shakeout run? Are you going on the run? Mm-hmm. Are you gonna go on the shakeout? Mm-hmm. You gonna wear this?
Shake me out, buddy.
Well, this is gonna be part of the vlog.
Awesome.
We're about to head out.
You going?
Yep.
Where?
To run.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. We said 8:30.
Where'd it go?
That's what I'm talking about. How are y'all feeling today?
A little anxious, a little excited. Not sure what we're doing, but
I stayed out too late last night.
How you feeling?
Not feeling too hydrated. We'll make it through though.
We got all day to get it done.
Let's go. Let's do it.
West Palm Marathon 2025.
He's back.
Let's go. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning.
Hey, let's get it. Let's get it.
West Palm Marathon 2025. Let's go.
Woo! Hope you got that on there.
We are heading to the expo for the marathon. Walk around there a little bit and pick up our race packets. So we are less than 24 hours out from death, potentially. But at least our first marathon, so we'll see how it goes.
Looked at him yesterday as I was leaving, but I didn't see that.
Yeah.
We'll go back
Hey
in
Matt,
there.
how was that pizza?
Body.
How we feeling, Zach?
Excited. Feeling as good as I'm gonna feel. Trying to get Matt ready since he won't get him.
It's the night before the big day. We got, what, like 10 hours until the horn blows. Feeling some nerves, but I think we're prepared and we just gotta trust in the training. Sunday morning, the morning of the marathon. Not gonna lie, feeling pretty nervous. Only slept 5 hours last night. It's 3:50 in the morning. We have to be there at 5 and the race starts at 6. So definitely feeling the nerves. Just trying to get some coffee and some food in before we head that way. But you definitely start second guessing yourself a lot at this point, but just gotta trust in yourself. So we'll see you there. Made it. I can't believe I'm about to run a marathon.
I'm so proud of you. This is so inspiring. So no matter what you finish, it's going to be amazing.
Who got that dog? Gatorade. Let's go.
We're gonna get it done. 6 to go.
Small 20, baby. Lock in.
Well, we survived, barely. Now we're on the beach, enjoying.
Cheers.
We're officially marathoners.
Slow marathoners.
Yeah. It'll be probably my last time. I don't know about these guys. They're still undecided, but I think I'm going to stick to 13.1 and in. Cheers. It is Tuesday, December 23rd, and we are at the Johnson City site. We have the building behind me. It arrived shortly after Thanksgiving, as I talked about in the last video. Just wanted to give you all a little bit of an update of what's going on here on the site. We've had some unforeseeable delays in the footer situation, but nevertheless, we're still moving forward. The weather hasn't been helping. It's been really wet the last few weeks and cold, and it just hasn't made anything any easier. But hopefully we will be able to get an inspection passed and be pouring concrete here soon. And then shortly after that, all the steel will be going up. I would tell you the goal, but I'm not gonna give out any dates because I'm getting basically slapped in the face every time I give out a date, and it never ends up happening. So, in the next few weeks, the building should start going up. Maybe even in the next video, there'll at least be some concrete down. Maybe the building up, we'll just see. It really just depends on weather. It's kind of out of my control. Progress is being made slowly but surely, and we'll go over and take a peek at the footers. As you can see, we have got some rebar into the footers. I talked about it in the last video, but basically, because the building is so big and there's so much weight, there is essentially a pier in its own structure at every place that there'll be a beam in the building. So you can kind of see like spread throughout the rebar that's coming up. That is essentially where an actual beam will come down in the building. So you can almost see as you look out, I'm pretty sure there's like close to 40 of these. So basically anywhere that there's gonna be a lot of weight, it's requiring more support. So kind of where we're at now is it's formed up, as you can see, and it will be inspected, and then concrete will be poured in these piers. Then they'll come around and dig an exterior footer all the way around. And then after that they form that up, I will be able to come in and chalk out the actual rooms of the building. And whenever they do that, then I'll bring in the electricians and the plumbers to run in all of their piping underneath the building. And then once that's done, then you pour one big slab over everything. And then once the slab is over, then the building starts going up. So it really just depends on the weather, like I talked about. And hopefully the quicker that we can get the concrete down, get the electrician and the plumber in here to run their stuff, which they've told me that should only take about a week and a half. But I really feel confident that once the building goes up and it gets under roof, things will go a lot faster, because then it's kind of back into my control and I'm not subcontracting things out, and weather's no longer really a factor anymore at that point. And the way I look at it, it's over a 13,000 square foot building. However, over 8,000 square feet is wide open. So only a little over 3,000 square feet is actually being finished off for, your reception, your locker rooms, your amenity type stuff. The rest of it is wide open. So that is the update with what is going on here. I get a lot of questions all the time asking when's it gonna open, when's it gonna open. It will happen in 2026. I have in my mind when I think it will. If you come up to me in person, I'll tell you, but I'm not gonna go telling it public and then look like an idiot when it doesn't happen. But trust me, nobody wants it open faster than I do, because obviously the quicker it opens, the better it is for me financially and mentally, if I'm still there after all this is said and done. Okay, we're back here December 23rd at the E-Town site. Hope you enjoyed that kind of more behind the scenes and not just everything crammed into one day type video where I kind of took you through my whole month of December. Obviously there was a ton of stuff that I missed in there, but I tried to really grab the highlights. Just to recap on the Arsenal stuff, I definitely got a lot more clarity by going there, and being able to pick out that vertical chest press over the one that I had previously decided on. I'm really excited for y'all to try that one out. It was really, really nice. And then obviously the Smith row is unlike anything that I've ever used before. So keep an eye out for those to pop up at the JC site whenever we get close to opening. I then met with the marketing director, Mary Beth Hope, and we talked about some really cool ideas specifically for the JC site. Not just like marketing, but also she's really aesthetically minded. So like really aesthetic stuff to add into the gym, like little detailed stuff that I think people will like notice it and be like, that's really cool. Like they really thought about the details. And obviously I want to make that a surprise. I'll keep that in my back pocket for now. And then the marathon is a marathon. I knew it was going to be hard, but I severely underestimated how hard it was, to be honest with you. I felt like that I was severely undertrained. Well, first of all, I've only been running since August. So I started running 5 months ago and ran my half marathon at the end of October, which felt great. I beat my goal time on that one. But the marathon is just like a different beast. And basically, I feel like that I tried to cram too much in all at once, because in my mind, I wanted to do a marathon before the end of 2025. But that was a really big mistake. My maximum training run was 16 miles. and I felt it at about mile 18 in the marathon is when I hit quote unquote wall. And really for me, what the wall felt like was just literally hitting a brick wall, and you know, you can't keep your heart rate down and everything hurts, and it's like, even if you try to run slower or walk to like bring your heart rate down, it never comes down. So nevertheless, we finished it, and right afterwards I said, never again. I texted Jared and I was like, never doing this again. I told everybody around me never again. But then of course 2 days later my mind started to change. So now I have officially signed up for the Chicago Marathon, which is in October of 2026. So with this one, I am not gonna come in undertrained. I am gonna get like, I'm hiring a coach, and I want like a serious like 6 month like training block to try to go sub 4 hours. This one was sub 5 hours, which the main goal of this one was to finish, which we did, barely, but the next marathon will be definitely going for a specific time. Just to update you on some stuff going on here in Elizabethton, I talked about in a couple previous videos about how I'm getting new equipment, and that equipment should be in by the middle of January. It's all the new Matrix pin-loaded equipment. It's their Matrix Ultra series line. It's super nice. A lot of pin-loaded stuff that I felt like that we kind of needed to like fill in the gaps. And like I've talked about in the last videos, I don't plan on taking anything away. I'm just gonna rearrange some things to create room. You know, I try to always like keep things fresh. I mean, it started out with, I got 4 brand new treadmills from Star Trek because I knew that, you know, our treadmills at the time were kind of on their last leg. So replace the treadmills. We recently are doing the renovation in the men's bathroom, replacing all the tile in there, and you know, doing some renovations in the shower to make those more efficient in both the men's and the women's. Always, you know, replacing upholstery and making things look nice and new. We got a new ski erg, or not ski erg, we got a new bike erg, and we got a new rowing machine. And you probably noticed these little things around. I'm trying to keep everything more clean and more sanitary, so you probably noticed the little hand wipe things that I put around. That's basically just to make it easier for people to be able to wipe off equipment and keep everything good and clean. So yeah, it's been a great year. I think 2026 is gonna be even better. There's a lot of good stuff to look forward to. I mean, here at Elizabethton, we have more equipment coming. You know, obviously the JC gym will open up in 2026, which is super exciting. So it could be a record year for us. So as always, thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this type of video. If you did, like, comment and let me know, or like, hopefully there's at least a lot of likes or something to let us know that we're kind of on the right track with this. But we hope everybody had a great 2025, and we'll see you next year.